All right. So let me just first say welcome. Thanks for listening to this. If you are, I'll try and keep your attention as best as possible. But welcome to the Warrior 2.0 podcast. Now, I think it's important for me to establish pretty quickly what is Warrior 2.0? What is it about? Why am I doing it? And how can it potentially help you or bring some value to you? I don't know. Maybe it won't. Maybe it's a total waste of your time. I'm going to start with what I think the big problem that I'm seeing in our society right now. And I'm sure a lot of other people see this. But the best way that I could put it is, I think as a society, and that's a blanket statement, but we look at it as a population health perspective, we are losing. It's as simple as that. We are losing in almost every way possible. And the three that I really cling to the most is, from a physical perspective, we are becoming more unhealthy. Our obesity rate continues to climb. Child obesity rates continue to climb. Healthcare costs are the most out of any country, even per capita. Like it's awful what's going on. We are simply moving less. We are eating worse. We are just increasingly growing more and more unhealthy. In fact, to the point that just recently there was a research that came out, or just statistics that showed that our quality of life, our life expectancy, our lifespan has not recovered since COVID. So all major countries all saw a dip in their life expectancy and their lifespan. And while most all others have regained or continued to climb back up in terms of that number, the US has not, which is a really, really startling, scary thing. Now we'll see over the next couple of years if that trend continues to happen. But the reality is we are physically more unhealthy than we've ever been before, and it's not looking good. Mentally speaking, we are seeing a significant increase in stress and anxiety and depression and suicide and teen suicides as well. And the third thing, what I like to consider is social health. We are spending less time with each other in person. We are spending more time on screens. We are more isolated and disconnected than ever before. If we were to talk about KPIs, and those are our 3 KPIs, we're losing. Everything's going in the wrong direction. And I'm not trying to be an alarmist. And I know it's not for everyone. There are some people that are thriving, right? Everyone is an individual. Every single person's life and their scenario is different, and that's important. But again, if we take a step out and we look at the macro trends, our society is going in the wrong direction. And it is alarming for myself as a parent. I've got 2 kids in high school. For a business owner, and what I do in terms of running Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and self-defense academies, Gracie Baja, it's something that I pay a lot of attention to. I've spent 18 plus years in health and wellness, and there just doesn't seem to be a great answer right now. And so this podcast, Warrior 2.0, is really driven around the idea of trying to help families, men and women, parents, thrive and allow their families to thrive in today's digital age. And so what does that really mean? Well, here's my biased perspective. And this is why we use the word warrior in the title. It's my belief that the warrior mindset, that mindset of an understanding that warriors, for thousands upon thousands of years, warriors were tasked with protecting their tribe's very way of life. Now, back then, it was really around invaders. It was around the wild, right? We needed to hunt. We needed to catch food. We needed to survive. And that mindset enabled us a couple things. Number one, we as humans, our survival instincts were preservation, self-preservation. We needed to stay alive. We needed food and water and shelter. And as part of that, we also, in order to survive, we need to connect. We needed to be part of packs. That is how we survived. It is true to our instincts. We seek connection. We seek self-preservation. The third survival instinct is procreation, which I'm not going to get into that. Obviously, I think that's self-explanatory. But two of those major things, self-preservation and connection. If you think about it now, where we are in the 21st century, we have gotten to a point where things have gotten so easy for people to survive and so efficient to live and to get water. And literally, you want food, you freaking call, you tap a few things on your app and your food shows up, right? You don't even have to get up off your couch anymore. And this is the thing that I say about social media. The other big one, which we need again, and I won't even go into the Harvard University study, but how connected we are and the quality of those connections actually dictate how not only happy we are throughout our lives, but how healthy we are. We need to connect in order to survive. And I think the biggest issue with social media, and it's social media can be a great thing, is that it is this allure of connection. That's what we want to do. I go on Facebook to look at dog videos and see what my friends are up to, right? I want to connect. I want to see what's going on. That is inherently our primal instincts. And social media uses that in a way that makes us addicted to it, because that's hardwired into our bodies. We're not going to fight it. The cat's out of the bag. We're not getting rid of technology. While I would say technology is a threat to our civilization, it's actually not technology itself, because technology can be a wonderful thing, and it has proven to be a wonderful thing. It's how we use technology is the threat. It's us. We're the threat. And so the idea of Warrior 2.0 is instilling and teaching and bringing forth the culture and the values and the lessons and everything that martial arts has given us for thousands of years, that has allowed us to live, to learn life lessons, to connect with other people, to get stronger physically, to be more mentally resilient, self-development at the end of the day. It is the greatest institution for humans that I personally believe in. It has, for literally thousands of years, perpetuated this culture of self-preservation, self-development, connection, strength, all of these wonderful things. And I am biased because, I've spent the last 12 plus years doing it. I think sports in general, I grew up in a very heavy sports family, and it taught us all those things. And so I think that's the institution we need to lean on the most now with these new threats. And so we're not going to fight technology to that extent, but we're going to learn how to live in balance, utilizing the culture, the support, the systems that we have through Gracie Barra, through martial arts in general. You don't have to be a student of Gracie Barra to watch this video or listen to this podcast. But it is, how can we as parents live a balanced and healthy life, learning and practicing the skills, the life skills that martial arts can teach us. And when I say that, it's not just the martial arts of thousands of years. What we're doing now is bringing in modern day research and science and education, social emotional learning, right? Mental health, learning specific techniques around time and energy management, stress and anxiety reduction, grit, emotional intelligence, mindfulness, right? Communication strategies. So really what Warrior 2.0 is taking this world of martial arts and the instincts and the lessons and everything that is so wonderful about it and has allowed our species to survive and get to today. And we're going to merge it with modern day science, technology, and education, so that we can live a life of balance, our families, our kids can live a life of balance and still use technology and social media and all those things, but still get stronger, not continue to gain weight or whatever that's become more unhealthy. So be strong in the body, to learn real, true skills needed to manage our social and emotional well-being, and to physically be connected. So I want everybody to understand that this is a blog. Warrior 2.0 is also going to be a platform that we have where we have, health and lifestyle coaching, habit tracking, nutrition, discussions, all those things. But really, at the end of the day, we're going to be interviewing and learning from various licensed professionals and experts in the fields of physical health, mental health, social health, and beyond. So that really is, at the end of the day, what this is. It took me 11 minutes to tell you it, but that is ultimately what we're going to do here, and that's going to be the journey, is giving parents the tools, the resources, and the support to take care of themselves so they can take care of their kids and help raise, strong, resilient, kind leaders that are capable of battling the threats that are going to continue to emerge as our society progresses with, all this technology and evolution. So this first blog was simply just a introduction to the concept, the idea here, the problems that we see in our society today, and our efforts to bring valuable information and support to those that want to listen, to be able to do their part. We're not going to change the world, but we don't, we're not interested in that. We're interested in first starting with ourselves so that we can then take care of those around us, those in our family, our friends, and our community. And that's a really great place to start. So thank you again for listening. I hope to be able to bring on some incredibly valuable contributors to this blog and to this podcast. And be well. Thanks again.